How do you handle a probate without a lawyer? Well, first let's talk about probate. What is probate? What triggers probate? Probate is the legal process by which the court system administers one's estate after death. What does that mean? Well, when a person dies, a probate may be needed to request permission from the court to collect that deceased person's assets, pay their debts, and then distribute the remaining assets and property to that person's heirs or beneficiaries. Probate is not always required, and usually what triggers probate is real property, or if the person has financial assets, for example, without beneficiaries. So let's say there is a life insurance that doesn't have beneficiaries. Well, that life insurance company will require a probate to be initiated in order for someone to get the authority to sign documents, to receive the money, and distribute the property. As you can imagine, the life insurance company will not want to try and figure out who gets what and how much. They just ask for the probate. Also, real property, because now the owner has passed away, someone has to have the legal authority to sign the deed, either selling that property or deeding that property to the person's beneficiaries. So this is what probate is. This is why it is required. These are just some instances. There are, of course, many others. But can you do a probate without hiring an attorney? Probably you could. However, probate is a very complex process. It has a very strict timeline, a very strict requirements such as publication and notice. You have to wait a certain number of days before you can file this or do that. You have to work with creditors. So while you could probably handle a probate on your own, we strongly recommend hire an attorney. It is worth paying an attorney a few $1,000s, then later having to hire an attorney to fix the mistakes, and that would cause delay, much bigger expense for the estate, and not to mention the stress, because probate requires that someone goes in front of the judge and files certain pleadings and such. So could you handle an estate without an attorney? First, you have to make sure that a probate is needed. There are 3 circumstances. Someone dies without an estate plan, someone dies with some estate plan, someone dies with a full estate plan. So if a person dies without an estate plan and they have real property or no beneficiaries, as we talked about, a probate will likely be required. And that might be something that you may want to hire an attorney to figure all that out. If there is some estate plan, so let's say there is real property, the person had real property, but they have a transfer on death deed or they have some other arrangements made, maybe a probate will not be required. So we offer free phone call consultations to help you determine if a probate is needed. If that person had some bank accounts or if it's under a certain amount, a probate may not be needed. If the person has a full estate plan, so they have real property, but they have it in a trust, for example, and then they have beneficiaries listed and everything is in order, a probate may not be needed. So let's go back to the question, how do you handle a probate without a lawyer? Let's say you are absolutely certain that a probate is required and you are ready to tackle the process on your own. Where do you begin? Some law libraries or court clerk's offices or even online offer probate packets, basically just forms that are needed throughout the probate. Have in mind that those forms are not tailored, of course, to your specific situation, and no situation is the same. If you have questions, the court personnel may be able to help you. They are usually very helpful. Even the judges are very friendly and they may answer some of your questions, but they cannot give legal advice. They'll tell you that every time they talk to you. So if you think you can do it and you research and you pull up the laws and you know how to read those statutes, you may be able to do it on your own. That would be a good place to start. Get the forms, see if they fit your situation. Please have in mind that if the probate is contested, meaning that if someone is trying to fight you in court over what the pleadings say or what the distribution is, it can get complicated, and that will be a good time for you to say, okay, I need to hire an attorney for this. I hope this little video helped. Be sure to watch our other free educational videos. Send me a message if you have any questions. And be sure to like our Facebook page to learn more about estate planning, about probate, and ways to avoid it. Thank you for watching.